Deb, they had a lot to say tonight. As you said, an 11-year-old, a 26-year-old, both are in stable condition. But what's even crazy, you mentioned it yourself, is that this happened at a playground. This playground right back here behind me. This is Furman Templeton Elementary School right there. And that's where that shooting happened. As you can see, it's still a very active scene out here. Police have the roads around this school blocked off. Just beyond that, you can see, at least I counted, at least about a dozen evidence markers that are on the ground there. A few officers are still posted up around here as well. I want you all to take a look at this video. We shot this as soon as we got here. Police told us that this all happened around 7:40. They said that they got the call of a shooting. When they got here, they found two victims. They found that 26-year-old man and an 11-year-old boy. Both were taken to the hospital, and again, both are in stable condition, but they say that two people drove up in a car right across the street from that playground, and they started firing towards the playground because they were targeting that 26-year-old man. Now, of course, as we mentioned, that 11-year-old boy was struck in the abdomen. And right now, police, they've been in the process of looking for any video, looking for any more evidence to help them track down that car and the two people inside. Now, Worley and Mayor Scott, they had some really, really strong words about this situation. Now, I want you all to take a listen to what the mayor had to say about this all.
What we have here is another case of weak-ass men who cannot resolve their petty conflict without gunfire. And now we have two people shot, including an 11-year-old child who has absolutely nothing to do with whatever you're beefing about. And really, this is a time for the city. Someone knows who did this. We have to not allow these folks to be held and hid and hide or just be in plain sight, sleeping on our couch, hiding them out in the basement. If you know who they are, if that's your son, tell them to step up and do the only thing left to remain, keep their dignity, and turn themselves in. We will find you. So the best thing for you to do now is to turn yourself in before we come and get you.
And I have to tell you, that's probably some of the strongest words I've heard from the mayor when it comes to this kind of situation. But it kind of just shows the frustration that's going on in this neighborhood. You know, it's a warm day, it's after school, and you have kids at a playground. Who would think that something like this would happen, that you would have suspects targeting and shooting at a playground, Deb?
Yeah, and Kyrie, I understand you spoke with a man who had a bullet fly through his window tonight right nearby, correct?
Yeah, that's right. He did not want to go on camera. Obviously, he's really scared and really shaken by this whole situation. But he lives right behind that playground. And I want you all to take a look at these pictures I took. I took these on my phone because, again, he did not want to go on camera, but he did show me inside. He said that he was upstairs in his home when he heard those gunshots, and one of those bullets literally struck his window, as you can see in this picture, went through his living room a few feet down and is lodged in his wall right now. I spoke to him. I spoke to another lady that lives right next door to him. Again, a lot of fear in this neighborhood right now because of this shooting. Thankfully, he was not hurt, physically not hurt. But again, all of this adds to the drama, inner drama that's surrounding all of this right now. The mayor did kind of speak to that when we talk about just neighborhood safety, and he said that Monty will be out in this neighborhood to really talk to this community in the wake of all of this.
Kyrie, the distinction that he is not physically hurt, a good assessment there. I appreciate your reporting. And this is a breaking news.
Not physically hurt, but lots of trauma.
That's right, absolutely. And this is breaking news. Kyrie, thank you.